It is Friday, homies, and there are Crossout news for you that I know a lot of you guys have been waiting a lot for. Knight Riders will return in 2020. This is by far the biggest news that we've been getting since the Founders released here early 2020. And I think there is a lot of good stuff coming once again. So I want to just break these down, just talk a bit about them with you guys. I was actually just about to grab some food with me. I have some lovely steaks sitting here next to me, some pasta, everything is good. Then bam, Friday news drops, and I feel like it was something that I think we should talk about together. All right, good. So let's get going. First of all, there's not a lot of actual information in this post, so we're gonna have to do some guesswork and just talk about some stuff that I have also seen, something that ain't really official yet, but there are channels where you can find more information about this. I'm gonna play by the rules and do what the devs like, so I'm not gonna mention any names or show any images of leaks that are not official yet, because I know the devs don't really like that. But I will say, with a bit of searching on YouTube, you can find it for yourself. The channel rhymes with a black cat, then I'll let you guys do the rest. Right, let's get into it. In today's edition, it says live radio broadcast with the KNECHTE. We'll find out from Martin when to wait for the Knights to arrive and how they live their lives in general. So, Knight Riders are returning. We will cover this just a little bit more and my thoughts on that later on. Predictions from Vala. The diviner sees camouflage. What could this mean? An incident at the studio. Some bleep guy threw a smoke bomb right in the booth. And we're starting with Vala, who says, I see greenery but not grass, in plain sight but secret. They look, they see. In my opinion, this can mean one of two things. I actually haven't seen much of this later, but else than just this earlier to doing this. I think it could potentially add up with the smoke bomb thingy, because they talk about the fact that a guy has actually thrown a smoke bomb into the studio. And this is one of the things that I know for sure has been featured in some leaks right now. There is a smoke bomb device coming to Crossout, as far as I could tell. Shoots a smoke bomb up, it explodes and leaves a smoke trail in front of you. This is quite something that could change the way of battles, especially with the verifier and radar detectors and stuff like that, because maybe this will be able to cover the radar detector. Or the fact that the new sort of camouflage thingy, because I feel like that's what it hints to. She sees greenery but not grass, in plain sight but secret. So it's definitely something sitting there that's not supposed to sit there. So I'm thinking camouflage. So I'm wondering if we'll get something that you can use on your build that is not a chameleon, that will actually hide you from radar detectors, potentially. Or just players who cannot see you, but you will show up on the map. We'll have to see how that works. But I feel like it corresponds very well with the smoke bomb theme. So I'm thinking that we're going to get more utility-based parts with the KNECHTE coming now, and all of these utility parts will probably be something that will just make life easier for you when you push into people, so that you have alternatives to the chameleon, because the chameleon gets very well countered with the verifier. And I really just like the fact that the devs are taking it to the next step here and throwing in some utility modules that we can put on our builds and giving us a bit more variety than just throwing on a chameleon or an Oculus or whatever you want to do to counter one or the other. Really nice. And then the next tier, and again, I said this is a short news post, so this will actually also be the only other thing that we will cover in this little talk here. I mean, again, it's Friday, let's just sit down and chill, and also I'm going away for the weekend. But there will also be an amazing video tomorrow of a goblin hover that I created, which is absolutely insane, so do stay tuned for that one tomorrow. For now, Martin, they called up Martin, the KNECHTE leader, and something happened when they called him, because he said that they were under attack as they transmitted from his place. And he says that they came out of nowhere. I repeat, and then it stops. So they came out of nowhere. Again, this probably links, and I think this means one of two things. Either we're gonna see possibly something that is not the usual KNECHTE, because the KNECHTE might have been overrun. Because of that, we will maybe see a new faction for the KNECHTE, so it's not the usual one. Would fit very well with all of the Ravager theme and the new factions coming in, so they might continue this pattern of new factions. Could it be the Ravagers? I personally don't think so, but this might be a new faction that we haven't seen before that is trying to bully the KNECHTE. Nevertheless, this could also mean another thing, which I personally think it is. It's gonna be a new game mode, because it's getting a bit old just farming those tailors that we had to farm before in order to craft the KNECHTE weapons. And I think this is a nice way of maybe introducing a new game mode for you where you can farm them. So we will get like a separate game mode and see new playstyles, just like we've just seen with Winter Mayhem, and we've gotten the Battle Pass. So a lot of new things are happening, and I definitely think that the devs will continue this pattern. It is all just guesswork, but let's hope it's like that, because I think it sounds freaking awesome. And for now, that's all we really know. I just wanted to to put this out here to those of you guys who doesn't really read all of these news. Knight Riders are returning for 2020, and we've seen this, I would say, within the next 2 months. We'll see them probably also within the next month or so. It might actually fit with the Winter Mayhem being done in about 10 days already. So anything from 10 days to a couple of months ahead of time, we'll see it. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, so definitely stay tuned. I hope you could just use this little Friday news video here. It's going to be a short one. Nevertheless, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.